Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Church Mo. Wallah al-Azim, I thought Hassan is wearing Galabiyya, you know? It's a jacket. But big up everybody that is here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And the shirts, also new shirts have arrived. Inter 22-23, Hector Cooper shirt. Of course, 22-23 arrived from OK Jersey. To be honest with you, the quality is even better than what I expected as well. You know what I mean? So, guys, check out okjersey.com. Use the code JUDGE. Very good ones. I got 10 shirts, as people know. Sam knows as well. I got 10 ones. I'm going to actually reveal which ones I got, because I got some for the Premier League, for the club I support. Of course, people don't know that. Vintage ones, of course. Secretly support the club, and I got a shirt for that club.
Well, we do have the Chelsea.
Will soon actually be but I got some really good ones as well. I got like Italy 94. Martin would know that one, and Dennis would know that one. Italy 94 is actually top notch. Dennis is old, bro.
What do you mean I'm old?
What are you
talking about, man?
Mo, have you done an unboxing yet?
Not yet, but I've got some.
خليها للunboxing.
I'm doing live, unboxing live.
No, wait till you unbox.
Yeah, but big up everybody that is here. Hit that like button, subscribe. Gabriel is out for 2 months. Arsenal, 1 to 2 months yet.
Says who?
You know, okay, here's I'm gonna tell you the truth. You know why we talk about Arsenal? I'm gonna tell you something. You guys, I'm gonna tell you something that is very strange. Mo, why do you talk about Arsenal so much? Why do you talk about Liverpool? Why don't you talk about Sunderland? So an injury for a player that had David Ornstein, like get a tweet for the injury update. But I'm not supposed to talk about it. You know that David Ornstein tweeted about Gabriel's injury.
Yep.
So
It's
for the people that
newsworthy.
say,
Let's just be real. It's newsworthy. Like that's a big.
it is that's the thing.
development.
It is newsworthy. He's one of the best. It's like Haaland's injury is newsworthy. Rodri injury, Van Dijk, Salah. These are news. These are the best players in the league that affect the league positions, how the games are going, and all this stuff. So yes, it is newsworthy. It said it's actually 1 to 2 months. Actually, guys, see what Arsenal fans, you Soraida, you want to be so pessimistic, and you said 2 months. It's 1 to 2 months.
When has a player ever come back early and it's been a good thing? Like,
Yeah, but it's a groin injury, you know.
let's bring him back after 1 month and he can do it again and they can go out for like 3 months next time. Like, you feel like you might as well give them the 2 months and just let them actually recover. But otherwise, you just end up with this cycle of never-ending injuries, which it seems like we're stuck in. So,
Since we are here, I was going to talk about Semenyo. I have a very good angle that I wanted to discuss with everyone since we have a Liverpool and because Terry actually read the news that Semenyo is linked to Arsenal, which is actually, there are a lot of news outlets. I read the news, right, that Semenyo is linked to Liverpool more. Like when I searched Semenyo, the news that came out here is Semenyo, Liverpool are leading the race. But there are other news that Semenyo is an Arsenal fan and Arsenal are in for him and they want a left winger, blah, blah, blah.
last week it was
Sure.
Man City, by the way.
Man City, I don't think that Man City are in for Semenyo. That's what I read, is that they aren't looking
Really?
for
I've
left
never
winger.
seen him linked to City.
Yeah, he was linked to City, but because Doku's performing now and because Marmoush is a left winger, they're looking for a right winger, not a left winger.
But Semenyo could be
Liverpool.
right.
Yeah, but you know what? He's a right-footed left winger. So basically, what Liverpool and Arsenal need. City like to play a left foot. That's why Bernardo, Foden, Savinho are right wingers. So, but we'll talk about the Semenyo thing. But we need to speak for. And then Chelsea are like under. They're like, maybe we should sign Semenyo, but I think he's older than the age that they want. I
We're in
think
no
he's
position to
older.
sign Semenyo.
I
No
think he's at the
position.
old.
Nothing changes from the summer. We're in no position to sign anybody unless we sell and sell at a profit. So we're gonna have to sell one of our players for more than the 65 million before we can bring in a Semenyo if he's going to be registered for the UEFA Champions League. So don't think that's happening with Chelsea.
We'll see what happens, guys. Guys, can we get the likes up a little bit? So we start with the injuries at Arsenal. Me and Martin were having a discussion about the injuries. There are a couple of super chats here. Thank you so much, my friend, for the super chat. Really appreciate. Big up Footy Judge Mo. Love the channel. Appreciate the support, people. Come on, Arsenal. Big up, my friend. Thank you so much. And AMD saying Havertz relapsed. And also Eucharist is out from the North London Derby.
Even Havertz relapsed.
That's what people are saying. Martin can tell us. Tell us, Martin.
That's news to me. I read something today that said that all of the 6 attackers that we've got out are planned to be back for early December.
So you're not gonna have any attacker for Chelsea?
We've got Trossard, Saka, Marino, I think. Martinelli's out. Jesus is not back. Havertz is out.
Oh, okay. I know what happened. Nagelsmann. No, it's not. That's not the news. That was old. I don't know. AMT, can someone update us? Where did you guys get that news? But what about the injuries for Arsenal, to be honest with you? Like, this is what people don't talk about it enough. The injuries. They have tons of, by the way, they have tons of injuries now. Like, people
And they also have the best depth in the league according to some, right? So what are we talking about here? You know, this is what I've been saying for, I can't tell you guys how long, about Chelsea and like the idea that like when your first choice goes down and you're having to rely on the squad depth for long periods of time, that's when the struggles start. It's not that like you don't have the depth in squad. It's that you don't expect the depth in squad to have to play multiple games time after time after time after time so that they're less than ideal quality shines through, right? You
I'm
mean I
sorry
have?
Critic, to interrupt you, just to give you the actual update on Havertz, and then I'll let you go.
I'm pretty much done anyway. So go ahead.
Nagelsmann said Kai Havertz had a minor relapse on his injury, but overall he's doing well. He's expected to return towards the end of the year. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, there you go. So he comes back at the end of the year. No worries.
Yeah, look, I think
Hold
that
on.
there's a few
I
things
thought
going-
Havertz is gonna come back within the next like month or something.
Yeah, it's the end of the year now. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Depth of squad, man.
The end of the year is within a month anyway.
I think people are trying to conflate things together. Like I know that Spurs have more injuries than Arsenal. I think they've got like 11 or something. But no one's expecting Spurs to win the league. So I think that you can just have a lot of injuries, but maybe you have to lower your expectations when you have a lot of injuries. Even if you've got the biggest squad in the world, I think we've got a 25-player squad limit, right, that you can register for the Premier League. If you lose 9 of your first teams, you're down to 14 players that are mostly your B team. So you can't really change that unless you make every player a $100 million player. Then you really won't care if you lose anyone. But I've been on here a couple of weeks ago. I said that there's no excuses because we've got the best squad. But there's a certain limit to that. If we don't get any of these players back, then you're down to 10 players or whatever, and then you just look ridiculous. So I don't know. There's a fine line between it looks like you're making excuses and maybe we legitimately aren't as strong as everyone says we are because we just kind of keep players fit.
Well, I mean, what's your spine? Your spine is still relatively intact, right? You got Raya and Net. I mean, the Gabriel thing is massive. I don't think that anyone thinks that that's going to be, an easy time replacing the quality that he brings, because he is for me, the only alpha that you guys have in that back line, that real bossy center back.
Alpha. Dang.
Alpha, right? And then you got a bunch of deputies in and around him. So I guess Mosquera could come in. You got what's the other guy's name?
I'm gonna say something about this. I'm gonna say something.
Dennis, honestly, I love working with you. I swear. I'm actually being serious. I legitimately look forward to doing streams with you. He just said he's the only alpha in the back line. Bro.
Yeah, he is. He's the alpha male there. Like everyone else is just the deputies. If you honestly think that their defense is as solid without Gabriel?
Oh, God,
I mean, I think.
No, answer that. Hassan, tell me.
See, Osam doesn't
Do
want
they
to
have the same defense without
is
Gabriel?
Chelsea might have that. Let me tell you guys, Chelsea might have a big squad.
I can answer actually more.
But before you answer, but also I want you to answer the same. If you have depth, if Leone is fit, would your defense be the same without Virgil van Dijk?
Okay, let me answer the question. It's very easy.
Thank you so much.
Very easy answer. First of all, look, I said after the what the fuck was the game before Sunderland you guys had? Burnley, was it? I said after the Burnley game, I think Gabriel, if the season ended, he would be player of the season. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal.
Absolutely.
But here's the difference with Arsenal. Arsenal's defensive structure is very good. So the way that they defend as a unit is very good. So that makes whichever replaces Gabriel's job a lot easier. And the second thing is their defensive depth is also very good. Like, Gabriel has been unbelievable. I just said he should win player of the season, but Ben White is not a scrub. Hinchcapie is not a scrub. Calafiori is not a scrub. Timber is not a scrub. These players are all very good defenders. If Gabriel is 10 out of 10, some of these players that I named are 8 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10.
I wouldn't go 8. I wouldn't go 8. I wouldn't go 8. But I'd say that, like, as far as squad depth goes, I say as far as squad depth goes, they are deep. But if you lose anyone the quality of Gabriel for a long period of time, you're asking for that depth to fill the void of a player that you're rating 10 out of 10.
Yeah, but there's a difference. But hear me out. There's a difference with Van Dijk because we don't have a strong defensive structure like Arsenal.
No, I agree. So
that's the difference. Like, Arsenal don't concede a lot of goals. We've conceded 17 goals in 11 games with Van Dijk. If we didn't have Van Dijk, we might have conceded 25 goals in 11 games. So
have you ever thought about it from the point that maybe is having Gabriel there? Because against Brighton, yes, they had a clean sheet, but anybody that watched the game against Brighton in the Cup, Arsenal conceded 6 shots on target, and it was Kepa
saving one
Wait,
on
wait,
one.
no. We conceded one shot on target the whole game, and they were shooting from outside
No,
the box
no.
like crazy.
No,
Every
no,
chance
no.
they got with the ball, they
No,
shot.
no.
Just, no.
The cup game, no. Hold on.
Go have a look at the
6
stats.
shots on target. When the fuck did that happen?
Let
They
me
had
tell
6
you.
shots maybe, but like none of them were on target.
Bro, they didn't keep a save a one-on-one. Arsenal don't concede that. Like, you conceded a lot of chances. Let me just go. Check it. Because I remember that game by itself.
Oh, Brighton did have 6 shots on target.
Yes,
They were
I'm
shooting
not
from, like,
deluded.
they were shooting from like 35 yards just to get a stat that they got a shot on target. Someone told them.
Yeah, the stats are a little bit hard to go on there. Like,
doing
what
that.
were the
Those
quality of
shots
these
are
opportunities that we're talking
We're
about?
doing
Shot
that now. So, no, hold on. No. Guys,
Give us
right,
XG.
1.4, Hussam, more than Arsenal in that game. The Arsenal won 2-0.
Whoa.
They had total 18 shots. Big chances. They had 3 big chances. Am I deluded? When I was
Okay.
watching the
There you
game,
go.
the defense,
You watched the game,
bro.
Yeah, but
Martin,
for me,
I'm trying to
Liverpool
say,
are playing at
Martin,
the
I
same
am
time.
saving you here, Martin. I'm saving you. I am providing the argument.
There's no
He doesn't
saving.
understand what I'm saying. Martin, my point is, regardless of how good the depth is, Dennis have absolutely hit the nail on the head. The depth is there to cover you if you want to rest the player, if the player gets injured one game, workload. But the depth, it's impossible to have a team where the second player is ready to play 8 consecutive games at the same level as the first team.
Facts.
That is actually impossible because there is no team in the history of the sport that had 2 players in every position that are exactly equal. That if you remove this and put this like 6-7 games, you will have the same exact performance. That never happened.
Man
For
City.
the
Yeah,
team,
and I think that
no, Sam, even City. You remember when Fernandinho, when
They had Gvardiol,
when they-
Ake, Kanji, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, they're all similar.
then none of them is top. No, none of them is a leader like Diaz. When John
But
Stones
that's
and
the question
Ake,
you asked.
no. But I'm telling you, none of them, they're not the same level. Having Diaz there is completely different than having John Stones. Ake is, in my opinion, currently, today, Ake is 2 levels below Gvardiol. Gvardiol is much better than Ake.
Yeah, it's one thing to have cover, and it's another thing to have
time,
quality. Like
No,
the
Sam,
quality.
you get
you
the
can't-
point.
You can't make that point. Like, you can
It's
say that the
impossible.
structure
I
is
think
good
it's impossible in the history because it's impossible to keep 2 players at the same level happy.
at
Because
the
if you
same
have
club.
one-
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
impossible, actually.
And when you speak of the
Unless
structure,
they are both mediocre like Garnacho and Gittins.
stop. When you're talking about
Like-
structure, you're not wrong. The structure is there. They have the structure throughout the lineup to play solidly, but the foundation for that structure is still going to be the likes of Gabriel and whatever makes up that spine. When you take a piece like that out of the lineup, I don't know. Like, it is very much similar to having somebody like Van Dijk being replaced by, it is similar to that. It is similar to
like
that.
Haaland scores a lot of goals, right? Marmoush scored a lot of goals in Frankfurt. Removing Haaland, putting Marmoush would never be the same. Would never be the same. It might the strength might go to half.
Of course.
Something like this, right? Removing Doku and putting Semenyo, Man City Wenger would go to half, right?
You're
Even
thinking
though the Wenger can do that.
the notion
Maybe
is
Salah
that, like,
replaces
if you have a solid system, then it doesn't matter who the players are that you bring in, plug out.
That's
like
my point.
I don't think
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but
necessarily
not
true,
for
though.
two,
Wait,
not
wait.
for 2 months. Not what Dennis's point is that you can do that for one
Wait.
game or some minutes, but not 2 months. Go ahead, Martin. Sorry, apology.
That's
If
exactly
we
it.
have a system that can counter for that, that's almost irrelevant, right? Like, if we're just talking about purely about injuries, players
I
being
agree.
missing, if we're good at defending structurally, it doesn't mean, oh, well, then Arsenal will be fine and they don't really like deserve any sympathy because they're good at like handling issues. It's just saying that, we're going to have to deal with a lot of problems here, and structurally or not should not come into whether or not it's an excuse or whatever, right? Like, just because we can probably deal with it doesn't mean that we should have to and expect
That's
to
my
leave.
point. I hate
agree.
when
مومو 1 second
خالد
حبيبي
تفضل.
خلي الناس الثانيه تحكي هدى اعصابك. My thing is, when it comes to Arsenal's squad, we all agreed.
Guys, Hussam just told me to not
Including-
talk on my channel. That's it.
That's a lie. Wallahi, that's a lie.
That's how it goes,
I said
man.
let others
Get
speak
in line,
in
son.
I said let others speak in Arabic. That's what I said. 'Cause me and Dennis are cooking today. My thing is, we agreed that Arsenal have the strongest squad in the league, correct?
Yeah,
All four.
I think everyone said that, right?
Okay. So we
No,
can't.
Lee Gunnar doesn't think that they have the best squad.
Let's not mention anyone else. خلاص, we're talking about us on the panel. All four
No,
of us.
I actually think that the reality is they have the deepest squad. Quality-wise is what we're talking about.
Okay,
not
great.
Not everyone.
Van Dijk is here. Leone
Yes.
is here. Gabriel
Okay,
is here.
You're right.
The rest of their center backs
Yeah,
are here.
No. I think that Arsenal has the deepest squad. Squad. That's very important.
I agree.
But for example, Arsenal, all their front line doesn't have Haaland. So I would rather have Man City's front, even though Arsenal have the deepest squad up top.
I agree with that again. But you see
the difference,
the
right?
scenario is
difference?
different for the
See the
defender.
difference? But we need to talk about, okay, you can have
But the
8
scenario is different
defenders.
for the defense.
For example, you don't have a Van Dijk.
ماشي, but the scenario is different for their defense. Their defense is very strong.
I agree, yeah, but the problem is that defense is paired with having Havertz out, Jesus out, Madueke out, Eucharist out. So
But those are
like,
two different
that-
topics.
it is not two
If I
different
have a
topics because I
strong
think
defensive structure and I
No,
take
but-
out Gabriel and I put Hinchcapie or Mosquera or Calafiori or Ben White or Timber, I'll survive. As a matter
I
of
don't
fact,
know about that, man.
I am
I really think that you guys are
win.
ignoring.
I
one-
used
one
this
point
example
detail.
before and I'll use it
I
again.
actually think it's linked,
I'm gonna give
Hussam.
the example.
طب Hussam,
And
can
let-
you tell
and
us
let
how it's
critics-
not linked?
Let
Tell us
Critic
how
and
it's not
Martin
linked.
hear the example because you heard it. So I want to see what their response is.
Hmm.
If Erling Haaland is out until the end of the season, City will finish in 5th place if they're lucky. If Gabriel is out till the end of the season, I still expect Arsenal to challenge and possibly win the league. Is that
Why?
a crazy statement?
That is absolutely crazy.
Why?
Okay, go ahead. تفضل. Yes, go ahead. Martin, go ahead.
Because
Guys, اتفضل be my guest. Like,
Yeah, let
please
him
go
explain.
ahead.
Yeah, let him
Go
explain.
ahead,
Why is
play.
it?
okay, because Man City lost Rodri and no one expected them to challenge the league. Like we actually have data on that, like last season, right? He got injured. Everyone was like, "Oh, he's out," and it was one player. So if you're dealing with 9 players out that are all starters, plus Gabriel is like he's an irreplaceable center back. You can put someone else in there, but he won't give you the same leadership. He's got no communication or like history of playing with the other players. Like Hinchcapie, for
Correct.
example, will come in completely no connections, no idea what he's doing in certain situations. You'll have these situations where you need to keep a clean sheet or you need to keep the goal them from being scored against you, and you'll get scored against, and you'll survive, but you won't win the league. You'll be like 2nd and 3rd or whatever, right? So we're trying to be the pinnacle of the league here, and we just don't have the conditions for it. I think people need to be honest about that.
Okay, 2 things. One, you changed my question because I'm not talking about the rest of your injuries. I said hypothetically, Haaland out till the end of the season, Gabriel out till the end of the season. One team can still win it, the other team categorically can't win it, and that's Man City. That's number 1. Number 2, when
I don't know.
I'm
I think you're
speaking-
like okay. Anyway.
and the other thing I wanted to respond to is
Disagree with him, by the way, because maybe Marmoush will come in and get him 20 goals and
Nah,
Foden and Shirky would step
Nah.
in.
nah.
we watch Marmoush. He ain't
I
Haaland. He is nowhere. You know the level of disrespect to Erling Haaland. This guy is the best striker in the world.
No.
That's won the league without.
Okay. Now, both of you said, no. He dismissed.
And also Rodri. Sorry, I forgot to respond. Rodri.
Fuck's sake, man.
Martin, tell us who's on the bench for Rodri.
I'm not gonna talk because I'm not allowed to
Because
actually
of
even explain my points. I'm not gonna talk. When
No,
you
I
guys are
forgot
done
to
with
Turn
your
your
talk-
mic off. Mic's
I forgot to
off. His
respond
mic's
to the
off.
Rodri point. Tell us in the first 6 months of the season, Martin, who did they have as the Rodri replacement?
Nico Gonzalez. Or whatever
No,
his
that
name
was
is.
in January. Wrong.
First 6 months of this season.
Yeah, no. Last season, Rodri got injured when, like September time or whatever. Who was the
Yeah.
replacement for Rodri?
It was probably a Kanji or somebody like that, wasn't it?
In their
Gundogan.
head, it was Declan Rice, but they didn't get the
Gundogan,
sign
yeah.
yet.
Kova.
I'm talking about during the season. Last season when Rodri got injured, who was the
I
replacement?
don't know. I have no idea. I have-
Kovacic / Gundogan. Is
Okay.
the drop off from Rodri to Kovacic the same as the drop off from Gabriel to Hinchcapie, Mosquera, Timber, Ben White, blah blah blah?
yes,
Stop.
I would
No,
say
it's
so.
not. But I think what you're ignoring, and I think that this is an important detail, is quality players, especially the likes of a Gabriel, that raises the floor of the team. Like, it's not to say that those guys are bad players, but he's the foundation for everything that's being built on. So now when you take that piece out and you plug it with a player that's good but not quite as good, you're not expecting the same results. I'm sorry. You're it's like taking the key cog out of a team and then expecting the team to still function the same way. There's going to be drop off. Granted, I agree with you on this when you're talking about the structure. The structure of that team is solid. They have a way of playing that keeps them from creating or from giving up high danger opportunities. But I still say that the foundation for that is built around Gabriel, and we haven't seen them without him. You know, like for me,
Wouldn't you
he's the
also say
alpha
that
in that backline.
Wouldn't you also say that Pep has this structure to survive without Haaland and the capability to do it? Like
Not
he's won the
really,
league several
man.
times.
Haaland is
without
like
a striker.
without Haaland. I
He
don't
won the
know.
league with Gabriel Jesus as his striker. Like Haaland is not the only way that they score goals. It's just how they score them with him right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one for me.
I think Martin is just making excuses. I'll be honest.
I'm making excuses for what? Here comes the
Listen,
excuses word.
you know, Martin, there are Arsenal fans in the chat
Oh,
who
my
hate
fuck.
me and can't stand me or agree with me.
I just
People,
I don't like
we
being
need to-
grouped with Arsenal fans.
can we establish something legitimately? Arsenal are in a position right now where no one gives a fuck. You have to win under all circumstances.
Mhm.
Is that
Just say that.
is that fair? Yes. The reason why it's fair no, I'll tell you why it's fair. Because everyone else won when they didn't have injuries. You didn't win. You had no injuries. You had no significant injuries. While City had De Bruyne out for 4 months and Haaland out for a month, and they still.
What
beat
about
you.
when Pep won like 7 out of 8 leagues? What were you doing? Were you in injuries for like 7 leagues or what?
No, actually, I never used injuries as an excuse. You used to watch me. I was the first one on the
If you
quadruple
don't have
charge
injuries,
season.
then you can't use
I
it as
went
an
live
excuse.
as soon as the season ended, and I said the season's a failure because we only won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, and we should have won something big. I said it's a failure. So actually, I didn't use
I'm
any
happy
excuse.
for you. What does that have
I held the team responsible and the manager responsible and the ownership responsible for not supporting Klopp in the transfer window. Very simple.
So can I use those same arguments against my club? No.
What right now? No, you have
they've
everything you need in the
They
summer.
bought everyone we needed to. If you just get injuries, you just get injuries. Shit happens, right? Like it's just bad luck. It's like having an F1 car and you break it.
I'm sorry, you
Still
can't have
win the
shit
race,
happen for
dickhead.
5 years.
But- What?
You can't have shit happens for 5 years. It's just not how it works.
Different shit happens every year. It's not the same shit happening. But like, if you've done all you can to build a big squad, I can't be mad at the ownership and say you haven't done well. I can't be mad at the players that Arteta has chosen or Bert has chosen, and I can't be mad at how we've managed so far to survive and still be top of the league with an injury crisis. But I don't. Like, I'm not expecting people to like, oh, you know, we really feel sorry for you. But like, the discourse is it's just gone into this thing where like no one will listen to an Arsenal fan talk about their injury problems because A, maybe they're jealous of the squad size, but B, they're like, well, you have to win now anyway, so shut up. So if we're just going to say that, let's not pretend to have an actual conversation. Just say like from the start.
Yeah, but I do that to everyone. Like, no one
Let's
felt
not beat
bad
around
for
the
me when
bush here,
Isak
you know?
was out. No one felt bad when Isak was out.
That's
No
probably a
one
good
felt
thing.
bad
Is
that Leone is out till the end of the season. I only got one centre back on the bench. That can
I
affect
felt bad for
rotation.
Leone. That was
Yeah,
unfortunate.
you feel
Yeah,
bad
but hold
for
on,
Leone.
but
Everyone sat there going like, man, this is affecting Liverpool because they only have one centre back on the
But
bench.
you guys
and
would
they
have
can't
asked for it
rotate.
because you spent
Hey,
$500 million
Leone had
on
a good
3
game.
players.
Maybe he would have played in the
No, but
games
you guys
after and
you didn't buy
allowed
the
Van Dijk
squad.
to rest. Now Van Dijk can't rest. This is why we
Okay.
won't win the league because Van Dijk can't rest. See, we can both do this.
But you should have bought backup for Van Dijk instead of spending $130 million on Isak.
We did, and he got injured.
Leone is not realistic backup for Van Dijk. You can chase down that rabbit hole you want, but look, we're just going to be disingenuous and say Arsenal have to win regardless. That's fine.
He would be so triggered. He'll go like, "Why do you put comments up that agree with you? Shall I scroll up and put the ones that agree with me?" Or
Number one, this is my channel, not yours. I'm gonna
Same.
revoke all your privileges on this channel. You know I can, right?
Let's
You
go.
know I
Yeah,
can, right? You know I can remove everything from you,
Here we go.
right?
Hussam is right.
So
See?
see?
See, Hussam is right. We can
Slut
do
out.
it. We can do
Slut.
it.
By the way, this is my channel, and you're not allowed to do this. And I'm gonna
not
remove
doing
the
anything.
privileges from you,
Why are you putting-
right? You're
You
I'm
always
gonna remove-
say,
this is-
Don't put up the comments that agree with you only. Okay, put
No,
up
no,
the
no.
comments. that agree
You
with
can
me.
do whatever you want on your channel. I never say that on Ahwa. I say on Emmett Chef, on Emmett Chef.
I see
don't
what you're
do
doing there,
that.
Martin.
On Emmett Chef. This is my channel. This is Footy
Gotta
Judge
balance.
Mode. It's not called Footy Judge Hussam.
But
Right?
okay, I'm
This
not
is
gonna put it up.
It's-
I'm gonna request it.
don't play
I'm gonna
that.
request it. Eco Falls a super chat. Can you answer it? The last one.
I'm
The
gonna
last
do
one he just sent. Can you answer it?
Okay. Since we're doing the super chats, guys, let's go. Guys, you guys are fraud. We have
No,
700
you don't have to
people.
do all of them. Just this specific one because it's related.
I can do all of them, guys. We have 700 people and we're not on 200. I need 300 likes live. We need to help the algorithms. It's freaking international break.
So we need the likes to push the channel to new viewers, and actually to get the usual viewers to actually see the video, we need the likes. Do Arsenal still have the best defensive in the league
Defense
without
in the league.
Gabriel? No.
Who's got the best?
Okay, who
defense
has
in the
better
league?
defense without the who? Tell me.
On paper, you.
Sunderland.
Sunderland looked pretty good.
Sunderland. On paper, you.
He just
I know.
said the team that conceded 17 goals in 11 games.
Okay, hold on. Reality. And
Bob
see, I
McClough.
explained it. I explained it yesterday. Yes, mute your mic. Dennis, very logical person. I love you, man. I love you.
Feelings mutual, brother.
Hinch Capia. None of us have watched Hinch Capia play in a back two. None of us have watched Mosquera enough at Valencia to actually say that he's good enough to start 8 games and have the same effect as Gabriel, right?
Thank you.
Hinch Capia is a left center back. Now you play Calafiori as a left center back. Calafiori as a left center back has actually, the times he played for Arsenal, do you know what people criticize about Calafiori? I remember last season, but people don't remember defending. Oh, this guy cannot defend. He's only good in carrying the ball and going forward. Oh, this Calafiori guy, bro. Why is he there? Why? Arteta, you play Calafiori. It is not. The fact that Arsenal have depth, they should still win the league. I'm never going to deny that, right? Because you bought these players to cover. My point about this is very simple. If Gabriel is out from now until the end of the season, that is basically, in my opinion, 20 to 30% of their defensive structure gone.
Exactly.
It will need time, right? It will need time for Mosquera and Capia or Calafiori to do the same. This is another thing about Gabriel that people don't understand. Because of the attack that is injured and not having depth, set pieces is a big part of Arsenal's way of winning games. Who's the number one culprit in the set pieces? What everything that Arsenal do? Gabriel, the first contact in most of the set pieces, Gabriel, the one that scored the assist. This is what people don't understand. You know what I mean?
I'd argue
Even
that
if-
Rice is more important.
Even if, by the way, and Sammy's logic is a little bit flawed. If Leone if Hinch Capia get injured, big up Cam. If Hinch Capia get injured, nobody cares. Nobody will give Arsenal 1 ounce of sympathy. Who cares if the backup gets injured? Figure it out. Find a solution. But if Van Dijk gets injured, we're going to sit here and say, well, Leone is young. He's not good enough to start, blah, blah, blah. That is what people don't understand, right? Because the backup is not at the same level. And also Arsenal's backup is not the same. Like, for example, Chelsea. Buonanotte is there. He should. But the difference between Buonanotte and Cole Palmer is like day and night. You know what I mean? There is nobody at Chelsea that is Cole Palmer's level. I think I am not giving Arsenal excuses. Arsenal is still the team that is favorites to win the league, right? Martin's point is very simple. There's no sympathy, and everyone is telling them, I'm pointing at them, figure it out. You have the deepest, figure it out. You know, we're not giving you anything. Well, but
We're gonna. I'm just gonna say this. We're just gonna see how good their depth is at this point. Doesn't mean they're out of the title race and they're not going to go on and win it if that's what fate has them have them doing. But your depth is going to be tested right now because your best center back, in my opinion, is going to be out for a couple months. So when I went on this little diatribe earlier about like Chelsea and like how Chelsea, obviously Colwell and Fofana being out injured and having to see the likes of Chalobah and Tosin for long stretches last year. You saw that we weren't good enough. We didn't have the depth of squad to sustain that long of a period without having those players. Let me finish quickly. So this is where we're going to see if Arsenal's depth is actually as good as we think it is. Is Mosquera at 21 ready to, assume center back role in a title challenging team? Can you say the same for Hinch Capia? I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't necessarily think
Martin, can I do something? Can I say something just to prove my point? Okay. You are a City fan, right? You say, Mo, you're having a stinker today. Let me give you him. Even though Nico Gonzalez is playing very well as a DM, I am not. I didn't sit here and said, regardless of what happens, if Rodri's out, Man City should win the league. I never said that. You know why? Because even though Nico Gonzalez is a good player, he's not Rodri. And if Rodri's out,
for a long time, right? Man City will lose 20 to 30% of their ability in the midfield. So I'm saying that at that time, I will give Man City a little bit of a leeway. The reason why, guys, Arthur, let me do the super chat for more. Unless Martin want to say something.
I just wanted to say, like, we've got data on Gabriel being missing. We saw this at the end, like last season, right? He went out for 3 months from February onwards. We can survive against most of the teams without Gabriel. It's just that, like, against PSG, you notice the difference. For example, right? Like, if he's not there against the really big teams and the really big moments, that when you might just say there's nothing I can do about it. But the other games, yeah, against a Burnley or a West Ham or whatever, should be able to survive without Gabriel. That's fine.
I'm going to give you an example about Man United after I finish this. Can we let Osam finish his thought? I'm intrigued. Yeah, Osam spoke the most in this. Him and Dennis spoke the most.
I haven't said anything. What are you talking about? I've been quiet over here.
There is no stream or you're on it where anyone else speaks more.
Dennis only spits facts only, so.
Blue.
Guy just said Liverpool.
That's why I'm a YouTuber.
Without Gabriel, it's crazy, wallah.
Alhamdulillah. Arsenal can rock up to the Bernabeu with Kivior instead of Gabriel and be fine. Teta's coaching is why the defense is so good. Biggest miss is set pieces threat. Actually, I disagree with you, Ike Falls. It can happen in one game. Like Chelsea can win without Palmer for one game. But I don't think Chelsea can sustain a challenge for a whole league if Cole Palmer is out. Like Enzo Maresca will, like for example, Liverpool can figure it out 1, 2 games, 3 without Van Dijk. But I don't think if Van Dijk is out for a long while.
Actually, that's where you're wrong. We can't figure it out. Without Van Dijk, we're gonna lose.
So hold on. Let me give you guys the truth. What happened?
Unless we're playing Rochdale
when Van Dijk got injured when what's his name, when the goalkeeper, the idiot guy that injures people, what's his name, Pickford. When Pickford injured him, Liverpool for a bit we're winning, and then it all collapsed because
for a bit. What, like 3 games?
Yes, 3, 4, which is the point of me and Dennis are making.
Yeah, but who did we have? No, that's not the point of you, and that's the point of Sam, because you're about to get dunked on. No, who played?
This is my point. I don't know who played. You tell me.
We were winning games of football after Van Dijk injury. Who was the 2 center backs? Matip and Gomez.
Okay.
Very good defenders. When did it all collapse? When we had to play Fabinho, Henderson, Nat Phillips, and
no, it collapsed after 3 games. You already collapsed, and then Matip got injured.
We were top of the league at the start of January. Once again,
yes, and then it all collapsed.
It collapsed because we had Nat Phillips and
I still stand by my point.
Joe Gomez got injured till the end of the season.
What is this?
2 games
okay, so
after.
what does this have to do with my point?
Up and getting rattled. I can't even explain the point because he knows.
Go ahead.
So Van Dijk got injured. We had Matip and Gomez still fit. We were still winning games of football up until January. Gomez gets injured till the end of the season, and then Matip is injured till the end of the season, and that's where the collapse starts. Where I have to play Fabinho, Henderson, where I have to play Reece Williams, Nat Phillips, that's where the collapse starts. The collapse did not start with Matip and Gomez, meaning basically Saliba's still fit, Musquera, Ben White, Gabriel, Timber, blah, blah, blah. If Arsenal get to the stage where they've got
Gabriel,
Norgard and Zubamendi at center back and they collapse, that's different. Thank you very much.
I think, just quick, because I missed most of the conversation, but I think
if
Arsenal survive this run without Gabriel, which is Tottenham, Chelsea, Brentford, and Villa, the league's over. Realistic. Like, just to be honest, no, it's realistic.
I'm sick of hearing the league's over from you guys. I've been
consistent.
No, but hold on. What you don't understand is that my point.
January.
I'm going to stay consistent.
My point still stands about this.
Same.
No, it doesn't.
Same.
We were winning games.
Yeah, Hassan. My point. Cam. The point is, my point still stands. If there is a main player in the team that is out, you can figure it out for 2-3 games.
Yeah.
But during the time, it will require you time to adjust to not having that leadership at the back or the midfield.
I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
This is very simple.
Arsenal has
I don't understand what he's talking about. Maybe it didn't happen for you, but
no. But Arsenal. So here's the thing: Arsenal has a lot of injury-prone players, and they bought accordingly. That's facts. Like at the end of the day, Kai Havertz is an injury-prone player. Odegaard's an injury-prone player. Like he gets hurt. He gets hurt a decent amount, doesn't he not? Like he misses games.
I don't know. I think before Arsenal, most of these players have no problems. It's just they come to Arsenal and then they
Saka misses games. All these before. I'm just saying when they were in Arsenal. So, but what you've done is you've bought players who have been able to come in and spell. You had Madueke spell when Saka was out, and then he got hurt. You had Eze come in and spell. So, like, you're now at Gabriel. So this is where I will be sympathetic. It's like you have lost basically a spine through the season, and you've been able, based on the fact because you've bought well, you've been able to maintain. Like, so now we're going to find out, can Mosquera come in and do the same thing? If he does it, then at this stage, if he comes in and you still win against Tottenham, Bayern, Chelsea, and Brentford and Villa, I get it. Arsenal fans are all kind of like cagey. Like, we don't want to say the league's over. It's like at that stage, then you're going to get players back who already know the system. The one thing you also have going for you is all your players know your system. Like, it's not like you have, other than the new guys who have been bled in and look decent, all the guys who go out or whatever, like, they've been there forever. So it's not like it doesn't take a lot of time for them to come in and out. So they can just step right back in. Gabriel will walk right back in the team and not lost a step once he comes back. So I just think, like, I think there's two sides doing too much. Some people are like, oh my God, we've lost our best player, our best defender. We're like, this always happens to us. Let's wait and see what happens with Mosquera, because apparently he's really good. Let's wait and see how that goes. When Odegaard went down, it was like, all right, let's see how Eze does. He did fine. When Saka was out, Madueke looked way better than he did at Chelsea. So far, I will give the credit to Arteta that he's been able to manage these pieces. Now, the other side that are doing too much is people are basically saying you must survive all of these, because at the end of the day, there is a point where all these injuries will eventually catch up to any team. And if you don't start getting players back, like Havertz has been pushed back now, if you don't get Madueke back in time, if Gabriel ends up being hurt for much longer, like than what they're saying, if he's out for 2 months,
explained why the narrative is different.
all of a sudden, then you have to say, okay, this Arsenal must. It's like, well, if I went to City and I go, you lose Rodri, you lose Doku, you lose whoever, like, are they saying you must anymore? Like, people are giving Chelsea passes because they lost one player. So, like,
Passes? What are you talking about?
Passes? Who's giving Chelsea passes?
I
They've
mean,
got a free pass to do whatever.
Cam,
they want.
don't make me get on you now, because
There's no
you've
expectation of
been
salary.
flying under the radar the
Yeah,
last little bit. Don't let me come
man.
step on you right now.
so at the end of the day, fuck Chelsea. At the end of the day,
let me just tell you something. Yeah,
I think
this is their
we
games
gotta
until
win.
the end of the month. I'm going to give you 10 Premier League games in a row. I'm going to be objective about this. Spurs at home, Chelsea away, Brentford at home, Villa away, Wolves at home, Everton, Brighton at home, Aston Villa at home, Bournemouth away. These 9 games leading up to Liverpool. If in those 9 games without Gabriel, they beat everyone except Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, we will understand. And let's say Villa away, you get a draw, no problem. The other 7 games, I expect you to win even without Gabriel.
Bayern?
And the problem is all the examples. There's something that I pointed out, but you weren't here, Cam. So I'll explain to you. And there's another thing as well with what Mo was trying to do with Liverpool's centre-back crisis. The issue, there's a reason why the narrative is different, Cam. I'm going to be so honest and objective about this. I think you will agree with me when I explain it. The problem is every other team, when they haven't had injuries, have won. Meaning, Liverpool without injuries with Klopp and Slot won. Manchester City without injuries with Pep won. So people are more understanding. 2 seasons ago, the year where Arsenal won 16 out of 18 games, they had all their players fit till the end of the season, all their significant players fit till the end of the season. While City had Haaland out for a month and Kevin De Bruyne out for 4 months, and they ended up winning the league against a fully fit Arsenal. So we're sat here going like, wait a minute, when you were fit completely, you didn't win, and now you're using injuries as an excuse. So that's why the conversations are not objective. At the same time,
It's not like having your whole team fit means you're going to win.
The other reason why
generous
we
to say
don't
it.
give Arsenal leeway, I can't sit here for 3 months and say Arsenal have the strongest squad in the league, and then the season starts, and I continue to say Arsenal have the best squad in the league, and after your first significant injury, you come here and you tell me, oh my God,
First significant
one has
injury.
sympathy for us. What
I
the
don't
You
know
can't be
about
serious.
that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
This is our ninth first player, like first team injury.
So maybe so I'm on like, I hear what you're saying, Hussam, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have Saliba that year, didn't they? Wasn't he out?
Say that again, sorry?
Wasn't Saliba out that year?
No, I'm
We
talking
went
about
out
the
in
year
22,
after.
23 at the end of that one.
Okay, my bad. So anyway, so I think it's a bit tough because we're comparing a team like City who has players who, now that there's a Hall of Fame, I can say this, Hall of Fame players. They had Hall of Famers, players who will be in the Hall of Fame, who will go down as some of the greatest we've ever seen, like Kevin De Bruyne. Actually, like, I get it, he was out, but they had these players. Holland, like, this team was built around Hall of Famers, whereas the Arsenal team was a fairly young team, just figuring it out, getting to the point where they could actually manage it. So I think back then, I think if it was this team now, you have a better argument. I think back then it's a bit tougher because Arsenal were very openly in a process of building a team. And they were very open about it. They were the biggest team throwing out the process, right? They were one of the teams I was talking about process for like phase 1, phase 2. Like, that was Arsenal, right? So that's where
I'm pretty sure we only talked about it once, and then everyone else talked about it a million times. But carry on.
Whatever. I'm trying to back you up here. I'm trying to...
Like, the amount of stuff which just gets like I have to let go. Like Hassam said, a whole 3 things that were bullshit.
No. I'm just saying. I'm trying to back you up. I'm saying you were probably not in the phase of winning yet at that stage.
Just don't change my argument. Like,
that's why I think it's okay.
Just because you have fit players doesn't mean you're going to win the league.
Guys,
Like,
can we let Kevin finish?
I was just saying you guys were back then. It wasn't fair to say that.
Because Osama and Martin are going to get into a side argument now, and we're going to let Martin debunk all Osama's arguments.
That's it. That's my only piece on this is where I think I'll leave it at this.
Martin,
my last piece is I just think you need to give this new kid a chance to show us if he's good enough to keep Arsenal in this race. That's about
Facts.
I think this is nice that we can all pretend to care, but deep down, you guys are all like, "Fuck you guys, sort your shit out, win the league."
I want you to win the league.
I don't want to hear any excuses.
Laughed about it.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
want Arsenal to win.
Ugh.
Like, I need Arsenal to win the league. Like, I need it.
No, I don't even think you believe that, Cam.
No,
It's disgusting. I don't like to see United fans.
The lesser of all evils for me right now.
No. Look, we're gonna be the biggest evil you've ever seen if we win. All right. So
it is. I think it is a problem with what is going on here.
Let him.
Nobody
bullshit points.
He doesn't want to. He said, "I don't want to."
You said that this is our first significant injury. We've got 9 players out. Odegaard, Havertz, Jesus.
I said no significant injury in that season, not this one.
No, you said this. You said one.
No, I didn't.
Injury and you want me to care.
Prove you how you weren't listening.
Let's go. Skip back the stream.
I said 2 years ago. Did I not say that?
Anyway,
Dennis?
even if you heard it, Martin, I don't want to be like the people that actually really. Even if you heard this, I think I heard Osam. I think I heard Osam saying that. Okay, guys, let me just talk. Let me just talk because we're going now. We're being sophisticated. Like, we're being that. Osam, even if you heard this and I heard this, Martin, I know that Osam meant in the 23-24 season, he meant that in the second half of the season, Arsenal were fit and you didn't win the league, because he told me this, Martin, like 50,000 times here, MHF. He told Paz this.
I know, and I answered.
So I know what he means.
I know what he means. There's no guarantee of winning the league. He just said
absolutely. 100%.
Don't come to me when you've got your first significant injury and expect me to have any sympathy for you. And I disagree with Gabriel being the first significant injury this season.
Now we are talking.
And now it's a cumulative thing. It's not one player. It's everyone that's out. If we get everyone back and we're only missing Gabriel, then I'm not complaining.
This is where I agree with Martin. However, Martin, I'm gonna tell you that guys be the honest truth now that we didn't talk about. Because of how Arsenal, how long? Okay, this is the honest truth that like you guys didn't mention. Because of how long Arteta has been there, because of how much money he spent, because of how bad Liverpool started, because of the transition about Man City, because they're relying on Erling Haaland. Unless Arsenal get all the core out, like I see Rice out, Saliba out, when Man City got destroyed completely and they had to play like they had there's no big players starting and everyone was injured. Unless that, I still think that Arsenal should go on to win the league. The reason why, because I think you have the capabilities to win the league. And to be honest, I didn't hear a lot of Arsenal fans telling me that, by the way, now, this is excuse. I don't think we should win the league. None of us. And I don't think you even said that, right, Martin? I think the problem is when I open in Sky Sports, Talk Sports, everyone is brushing the injury aside as it's not significant, this is not a significant injury and nobody should care about that injury. I think that is the problem with Arsenal fans. Yeah, you said you have the deep squad, deal with it. Well, I think that is the problem with the media. Yes, Arsenal have a deep squad, but some of the injuries are going to be significant. For example, David Raya, that drop to Kepa because of the
level of how they play from the back with David Raya is significant.
Kepa's
Might not
pretty good.
affect it. It might not affect it. By the way, even Liverpool last season, Kelleher
It
was
will
good.
affect the team.
But hold on,
Kepa
Kelleher-
affects the team 100%.
Kelleher was good last season, right? But I saw Liverpool
Did
lost
I
2
say it's
points.
the same without
Hold
Alisson,
on.
مثلا?
Exactly that. Like for me, Kelleher is a very good. Newcastle, if the season continued for Liverpool with Kelleher, I believe the incident that happened at Newcastle where he let the ball go and Newcastle, basically Liverpool dropped 2 points. For
Yeah,
a
if Alisson
single
was there,
thing-
we would have won at St. James's Park.
Exactly. If the season continued without Alisson for longer time, I believe that Liverpool would have dropped more points because Kelleher would make a mistake again and again because he's not
I
as
agree
good
with
as
you. The
Alisson.
drop off from Raya to Kepa
And-
is big, but the drop off
and-
from Gabriel to the other centre backs is not that big. That's
This
my
is
point.
where we disagree because I believe you haven't seen enough of Arsenal, of the others, to make that statement yet.
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
Hinchcapia and Mosquera are good enough for an elongated period of time to be a supplement for Gabriel and have the same season as Gabriel.
And that's
That is me
exactly
and
what I'm
Dennis's
arguing.
point.
That's exactly
is
what I'm
me.
arguing.
Exactly that, Hossam. Like, yes, we have seen them in 30 minutes, 45, a game here that they can plug and play. You know what I mean? Chalobah had great games for Chelsea, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But for a long season, everyone knows that if you give Chalobah 30 games a season or 20 games, he would fuck up. And Chelsea might lose points because of him. You know, that is the reality that people, like, that is what people don't talk about. That, yeah, maybe Hinchcapia is going to be good. Cam said it. I need to see Hinchcapia or Mosquera in a long period, 2, 3, 4 games in a row to say, yep, this is a sufficient replacement
But
for
it's not
Gabriel.
just defense.
We
Because
haven't
we've got
seen
6
that.
attackers out. We need Gabriel to help score goals, and now he's not going to be doing that. We need someone else to stand up. Like we've got
Another
Marino
part
as
that no
striker.
one talks
like,
about.
We got
Yeah. And the other thing too, like this idea Arsenal must, I get it. Like we've seen City do it with injuries. We've seen Liverpool, you know, we've seen teams that have championship pedigree pull out wins without injuries or with injuries. I don't necessarily believe that Arsenal have that championship pedigree right now. I just don't. They have to prove it first. So when you have all these injuries and stuff like that and all this stuff, like that's going to impact their ability to win because they need everyone all hands on deck to get it over the line. Manager hasn't done it. Players have not done it. So yeah, like this, I don't like this comparison between City and like all these other teams who have had it. Like it's not the same thing.
Why not?
It's not
Why
the
not?
same because you have
Then
to have
that's my point.
championship
It's not the same.
pedigree in your squad in order
But
to,
they have to win it.
navigate.
Okay.
In
But
order
read
to
this.
navigate those injuries and stuff like that, you need to have somebody at the helm that
Great.
can handle those situations. And
now
has been
I'm
there
gonna-
and done it.
For the people that keep saying I'm defending Arsenal, now read this because I agree with this. Read this, Dennis, please.
Here we go again. Arsenal, the only team that I've seen in the 20 plus years that needs a perfect scenario before they can be judged for not winning. What do you
I
mean?
agree with this.
Why do you
When
agree
are
with
we
that?
gonna? At some point, we're gonna have to sit to Arsenal and say, "Bro, you spent money, you got players, you have the manager, blah blah blah." Yes,
No.
you have injuries and everything, but you need to be judged about winning the league.
Yeah, but
Unless
my only comment here was about the comparison between teams that have been there and done that. Like, I don't think that's a fair
No, the
comparison to
Superchats is
say,
agreeing
oh,
with
they're
you. I
like
think
City,
that's
because remember
fair.
when City had all those injuries when they've already won multiple titles. They know how to navigate that.
yeah, but hold on.
Yeah, but-
Arsenal,
yeah, but-
hold on. I'm gonna
you guys
respond to
are
you.
changing Sean's. No, you guys are changing Sean's point. Sean is
I'm not-
agreeing.
I
with
agree
you.
with him. I
No,
agree
Sean
with
is
him.
agreeing with critic. He's saying
No, he doesn't.
you
don't
need
think
the
he does.
perfect scenario to win. It means you're not championship caliber. That's what it means. You cannot say there is no perfect ideal scenario. And Dennis's point was my point when he said we can't compare
the
this to City
others.
and Liverpool. You're correct. Guess what? 2019, 2020,
Hold on.
Liverpool won the league. The year after, the reason why people had leeway is because we just came off a league title and then we had the center back crisis. So people are like, oh yeah, we understand all the center backs were out. So people understood because guess what? When you were fit, you won. My problem is with Arsenal is when you were fit, you didn't win. So that's why even with fitness or without, you are not winning.
No. Sean agrees with you and me. Dennis disagrees. Dennis is saying that
we cannot judge them because they haven't won it, so you don't have the pedigree. Sean is saying, I don't care about the pedigree. It has been 20 years. You will never get the perfect scenario for you to win. So you need to win it now. That's what Sean is saying. And I agree with him. At some point,
But what? Okay, it's not okay.
can I put the caveat? Can I put the caveat?
If you have 8 or 9 injuries, like if you have 8 or 9 injuries, right? Is that the perfect scenario?
No.
Okay, then what are we talking about here then?
But we haven't seen the long term. Listen, if
Let's not pretend like we're not judged as well, right? Like we're literally judged on every episode and judged as losers and etc.
I get what people are saying. Arsenal today don't have a striker. So they are going, Arsenal going to Bayern Munich, by the way, and Spurs with no strikers, 0 strikers. 0 backups for wingers, 0. So Madueke is not back, Martinelli is not back, so 0 backups for wingers. Odegaard still not back. The first choice center back is not back, right? So this is a lot of injuries for a team to have. Like they are forced to play a starting lineup. My point, if these players come back and Arsenal is still top, Arsenal must win then, right? Like it's very is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
No, but
Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
I said that off the jump. I listened to the 4 games. I'm like, if Arsenal come out of this and have won these games, there is
Even if they draw one, Cam. Even if they draw one.
And I think that's fair. And I think that is where everybody's being fairly objective. It's like, let's see how they go through this route without their players, because prematurely saying they're going to fail doesn't make sense, and prematurely saying they're going to be fine doesn't make sense.
That's what I said.
What happens if they come out with wins? It doesn't matter anymore. You've won the games. You've shown you can do it. You've got to keep
Because
going.
the whole second half of the season, and Man City are like looking like they're not going to lose a game right now.
Okay,
So
but sometimes you got like, I mean, you're sounding like you're ready to bottle it already, though. Come on, Martin.
no, but he's saying
If you can navigate all these injuries at this point in the season,
in December, right? It's
yeah,
not,
of course. But if
the
you
league's
can
not over,
navigate
right?
all these games right now, like if you can get through this next period without all these players out, and you come back in the new year, and you're still saying, well, maybe not. At some point, you have to just put it to chest and be like, yo, man, let's do this, man.
Do you think right now is the right
No,
time? to do that?
Martin said that he's gonna win the league plenty of times. He thinks that his
but
team
like-
is good enough to win the league.
It doesn't
We've
sound like that
already
right
seen
now.
this 3 times this season, Couch, where it's like, oh, okay, Liverpool. You remember after like game week 3, Liverpool won the league, and then Arsenal won the league, and you and I both said, "Wow, it's a bit early for that kind of stuff." I'm still in that boat right now. Because
Okay, I'm
that's fair. No, to be fair,
I told you I'm waking up in November. You remember that? I told you I was
Yeah.
waking up in November,
I
and it's
get it.
November
To be
18th
fair,
right now,
Martin's
right?
thing
So
is,
Almost end of November.
If Martin's
Right.
saying I don't say anybody wins the league until, because some people say that I won't say shit until February, then that's fair. I'm not going to say you're wrong for that because that's your opinion. You're allowed to have it. Like at the end of the day, some people straight up have that opinion where
well, I've got
They're
Carlo Ancelotti out here playing Gabriel in a useless friendly match for no reason and getting injured. Like I have no control over these things, and every time another international break comes on,
yeah. I will completely say, like, if that's your stance, like I'm not saying we're not going to win or going to win because I just want to wait till the second half of the season. Fair enough. My stance is you get through this. I'm comfortable. Listen, I also have no problem with people changing their stances. This is another thing that people need to fucking get over. If someone says we were going to win the league in January and then in March you get new information and you're like, you know what? I don't think so. I'm not mad at that because I came out and said, I thought that Liverpool is going to mollywop the league because of their signings, because they went from strength to strength. I came out and said that. I didn't want it to happen, but I said it. Quickly, I was like, this Arsenal team that I've been saying for 2 years is going to win the league now looks like a team that's going to do it. I have no problem flip-flopping in that situation and saying, I now think Arsenal are the favorite because I have new information. I've watched the games. It's not just me saying I'm looking at the table. I've literally watched so many of the games. So I'm sitting there being like, this team here, this Arsenal team that I'm watching, regardless of what we think of Pep and City, regardless of what we think of Liverpool, I think are the best team in the league from what I see with my eyes. And at that point, I can now say I think they're going to win the league. Like this world of, well, you said Liverpool at the start. Shut the fuck up. Sure, I did. I didn't see them play a game. I went on what I saw last year. Like, so I've never understood it in my life.
But then can't you learn to not jump the gun a little bit and just be like, okay, I'm going to keep my powder dry next time and not go so early.
Martin, it's easy for me not to keep my powder dry because none of these teams are my team. Let's keep that a buck, right?
Okay,
like,
so you're just like blowing through the powder.
I'm legitimately making assumptions based on what I'm seeing from teams that aren't like, I'm not stressed about you. Listen, I wish you all could lose, but that's not the case. And you're an objective fan. Like you get to make your predictions. Like I watch sports where like the NBA's 82 games. In 82 games, there's 5 teams I think are going to win the league before we get to the playoffs. At the end of the day, you don't say shit to the playoffs. That's the rule, right? We don't have playoffs in football. So in football,
I'm all for people being able to change their opinions as long as they show that they learned something along the way. Because sometimes you make a mistake there, which you're going to keep repeating every time, and be like,
here's the thing.
"Hang on, maybe I should have waited another couple of
Here's
weeks."
the thing. I learned one thing with this year was don't take Arsenal to win the league at the start of the year. That's what I learned. Because last 2 years, I said
Or anyone else at this point.
Let me do these super chats, guys, before we actually move on. Structure is there, but the backup quality, that's a very good question. The structure is there, but the backup quality isn't the same.
Also is there.
Hussam, you're assuming, yeah. Hussam, أقسم بالله.
Were there, we won games.
What's that? Sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
I'm just gonna say something about this, Hussam. I went and checked every single game you played. Matip and Gomez only played together in one game, which was the Man City game that you drew. Every other game it was Fabinho or Phillips. One of them played as a center back. So Matip and Gomez together. I checked 8-9 games until
Gomez
now.
got injured the game after, and Matip got injured away at Spurs.
Sam, you kept winning games until January, as you say, and drawing games. You didn't win every game.
Matip got injured away at Spurs.
Sam, let me just, Sam, let me
Even
put
with
the information.
Matip by himself,
Sam,
we were winning
please, let me put the information out, and then you can say whatever you want about the explanation. My information is, that's what I remember. Without Van Dijk, still Fabinho played center back, and Liverpool kept winning. You kept top of the league with Fabinho, and Nat Phillips played next to Gomez. Matip and Gomez together didn't play. They played only one game. Until it didn't work. Until at some point, it collapsed. And then they got injured. Even Matip didn't play every game.
He won away against Mourinho's Spurs 3-1,
Sam,
I think it was.
Sam, fine.
2-1.
I
Something
still
like
check.
Matip got injured that day.
Sam, you still won games.
January
without-
1st. Where are we
La
talking
ilaha
about?
illallah. He's not, Sam, the problem is you don't want me to finish the point. You won a lot of games without Matip being there. It was Gomez and Fabinho still.
Yeah.
So it worked. So my point was it worked without Van Dijk until it didn't work because of an element. Something happened. You know what? Matip got injured.
And I'm telling you the element, and you're ignoring the element.
Ya Habibi, ma Matip, to debunk
When
your
I say
element.
with Matip and Gomez,
La
I
ilaha
don't
illallah.
mean Matip and Gomez
Yeah,
partnership.
but to
I mean
debunk your
them
element,
playing on the football.
you won games without even Matip. Adi.
I see, once again, you're not listening. I said with Matip
listening.
and Gomez, I don't mean them as a partnership. I mean with one of them playing on the football pitch because they were high quality defenders. Gomez gets injured. Matip plays. Matip gets injured, we're fucked. Now there is no Van Dijk, there is no Gomez, there is no Matip.
Manta, you won games
you've
without
got to
him.
go
So I
Fabinho,
don't
Henderson,
understand
centre
this.
back, we lose. Or you've got to go Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, we lose. That's it.
Yeah, Habibi, you still lost at home against Burnley with Fabinho and Matip at centre backs. What is this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, my point
There's no
about it.
absolutes here. Let's just be real.
There is no absolute. And yes, there is no like. My point about this, I think that we need to see. I agree with Cam 100%. I haven't seen the quality consistency from Inch Capia and Mosquera to say, yep, you're a sustainable replacement in one of the busiest periods of the season. By the way, from November, we know that from now until the end, it's very hard to actually. This is one of the busiest parts. You know,
True. Very good point.
it's one of the busiest parts. If we win from here, truly the greatest Cinderella story.
Oh my God.
Cinderella.
Can we ignore this? Can we just move on?
City must now, no excuses.
Okay. All right. That's just banter. That's fine. Move on.
It's true. I mean, how
Nate,
can we be expected to
I
win
am
with
not
this
sure.
injury
I'm
crisis?
not sure, Nate, if you're bantering or you're not bantering.
That's just banter.
I think
Genuinely.
he's rage baiting. He's rage baiting.
No, that's
He's rage baiting
That's
people.
why I'm like,
Right?
I'm not taking it. I'm not taking the bait.
I'm not biting. I'm not biting.
Holland is as important. That's also. I'm
Haaland-
not taking that. We're not taking that bait.
Sam is
either.
absolutely right. Haaland is important.
Is
Yeah,
as important as Gabriel.
That's
I mean, if
That's-
he says Hussam is right, then it can't be as important as Gabriel.
Okay.
'cause
So you don't think Gabriel is as important as Haaland? I think
no.
Haaland is the most
Nobody in their
important.
right mind can't think of a dude who has scored half a team's goal, more than half, 75% of a team's goals. Goals win games. Like,
I don't deny that either. I think that Holland has more impact.
More
of the
impact.
winning.
way more.
Haaland's the most important player in the whole league.
playing
the
exactly
team.
without
Rivals is Hincapie,
not a
Calafiori.
really-
Okay, anyone is Hincapie or Calafiori a center back? Gabriel's quality.
No, he's not.
Okay, what's the percentage in your opinion?
If
80%?
Gabriel is 10 out of 10, the depth that they have is 8, 8.5, 7.5.
Calafiori shouldn't even be playing.
Oh
center back.
my god!
Gabriel's
Oh my
the
god!
best center back in the league, so I don't know.
Hincapié
I
is an
disagree.
8, 8.5.
I disagree with you a little bit. Sam, I disagree with you. In my opinion,
There's a reason why when you brought up Van Dijk and Leone, you're not getting the point. Arsenal's biggest strength, and it's a massive credit to Mikel Arteta, is the way that they defend as a unit. You spoke about it before. Their compactness, the line that they hold, the way that all the team runs back to defend. Rice and Zubimendi being in front of the center backs, defending and helping at all times. Those are the things that will make a center back's job easier. Just like Liverpool, I'm going to use my club as an example so people don't get triggered. When we played against Real Madrid and we were compact and we defended really well, and McAllister and Gravenberch were in front of the center backs, all of a sudden Konate looks like a competent defender again. We go away to Manchester City, we play a stupid formation and we end up looking like shit. If your defensive unit looks good and you have a good structure, center backs will look good. Simple.
Yeah, but not 8.5. They're not 8.5s. Let's not get carried away here. Like, I think that, yeah, when you talk about the structure, I agree with you 100%. I think the structure is solid, and you can plug in players here and there and see little to no drop off because the structure is solid. But I'm talking about when you're playing months without those top players in your side. Do you see any drop off? Of course you do. Of course you
100%.
do. As much as the structure is solid, like you still need quality within it, right? It's not all just based on structure.
100%. Martin, no excuses. City already had 9 injuries this season.
By
Yeah,
the
you're
way,
right, there's
Liverpool
no
had
excuses.
injuries too.
We must win the league. We're the favorites to win the league. We're going to win the league. I hope everyone's happy.
Fair enough. But
Just being an alpha, you know.
so we are forgetting how we managed well with Kivior last season. Real drop off will be in attacking set pieces, and would have to make a new target. Fair enough.
Yeah, but you got fucking, like, you got Calafiori in the air, you got Saliba in the air, you got Rice, maybe who could now be
One
part
thing
of
I'll say to this Kivior stuff is that, like, he did have a bozo moment in him, and it just gives me PTSD of Rob Holding when you have a weak link in your team, whether it's not, maybe they're not weak defensively, but maybe they're weak in possession, then it becomes a problem for the rest of the defense. You can't play out, you can't do anything. You can't rely on a player to hold the ball. It becomes a problem.
Thank you, Luke, for the super chat. Really appreciate you for the support. Thank you, people, for supporting the channel. Rodri was our entire midfield. Haaland is our entire attack. Virgil van Dijk is an entire defense. Gabriel is a piece of Arsenal defense, even though he's a big piece.
Thank you,
I don't think Haaland is your own attack.
We're agreeing today, Eco Falls.
We see Doku involved. I think Haaland. I think if Marmoush gets a run of game, he might not. He will get, in my opinion, guys, you'll get 40 to 50% of what City score, but others will step up. The reason why I'm saying this, because people forget that they have Pep Guardiola. He will figure it out, even if Haaland is not there. He will find a way to win the games, right? He might not be the same strength, but I think Pep Guardiola will find a way to. That's why I keep saying that. They might not be favorites, but they're not going to fall as 8th. People said that if City lose Haaland, they will be 8th. They'll be outside of the Champions League.
I said they will finish 5th. I stick by that.
5th.
If Haaland is out at the end of the season, City finish 5th.
See, this is where we disagree.
If Salah was out till the end of the season last season, who is the same importance as Haaland right now, even probably a bit higher, because Salah was also the chance creator. But if Salah was out at the end of the season the whole year last year, we'd have finished.
Yeah, you wouldn't have won. You would have finished outside. I believe that, but not Haaland.
Isn't that crazy that Pep, the best manager of the world with the best squad with all the resources of Man City, would just be 5th with one player out? Like that, doesn't that seem crazy?
Maybe.
I don't think that this is the same City side, to be honest.
It's not. They don't have the difference made. Left center back is Calafiori. Left back is Hincapie. The fuck is Hincapie? Hincapie.
Wallahi, I'm sorry that in Jordan they didn't teach me how to pronounce Ecuadorian names. Put the pride in the bag, habibi.
Dre, some people keep telling me
No,
Incape.
people till today on
But,
YouTube.
but
call
I,
me
I'm gonna.
Hassan.
So Dre, from
Hassan,
now on,
Hassan,
from
Hussam.
Dre,
Now, shall
from
I expect them all to say my name correctly?
Dre,
Yalla,
you're-
Martin
So, hold
and
on.
Couch and
Yeah,
Cam
Osam
Cam.
is-
My
hold
name
on.
is
Is
Hussam.
he
Say
Spanish?
Hussam. Say
But,
it.
let me
What
tell
is
you, from now on, Dre, from now on,
Spanish?
Dre, I don't want you ever to say Norgard, and I don't want to hear any Arsenal fans say Norgard. I want you to pronounce the name the way it should be pronounced.
But even
right?
but yo, even if he's Spanish, because you're saying he's Ecuadorian,
He's Ecuadorian, yes, so he
that's
speaks
not how
Spanish.
you pronounce it.
No, actually, I asked Ecuadorians and they said Incape.
Yeah,
I think once you go to another country, you just expect
Incape,
them to
that's
say
what they
your
say.
name
that's
differently.
exactly
Like,
it. Because there would be, I speak Spanish. There wouldn't be a capi. There's no Y, like in the you wouldn't say that.
Incape.
It'd just be incapi. That's
Yeah.
it. But it wouldn't be P.
Uh,
It'd be incapi. P. Incapi.
The- Why, Osam, why don't you mention the fact that Party was out the whole year and we also had Zinchenko out, Tomiyasu out, and Emil Smith Rowe out? So you're lying about a fully fit squad.
First of all,
Guys,
I said
Osam, let me
significant
answer
injury.
this. I need Osam answer
Well, I
this.
said significant injury, number one. Number two, Partey at the time was not considered a significant player because he was always injured. It's like Couch Critic telling us Slavia's injured. Number three, you're bringing me Tomiyasu.
whoa,
We
whoa,
are
whoa.
speaking about
Lavia and
players of
Partey.
the caliber of Gabriel and Haaland and Salah, and these tells me all I need to know about your argument. Haaland was out that season for a whole month. Kevin De Bruyne was out for 4 months. City won the league. Next
You're not going to
Super
get any sympathy from Hussam, guys. Stop trying to get
For
Yeah, if you
real.
haven't
man.
We
won
are
before, you
going.
won.
We are going
For
to win the
real.
league. We still have Rice, Zubamendi, Timba, Saliba, Raya, Saka. We will be fine. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
That's what people are asking. Chest, so they can banter you later in the season. That's why all this time Arsenal needed winning coach.
All what
you
time?
are you back on the?
Oh, AMTs are out now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He's Arteta out. Massive Premier League and UEFA Champions League favorites. They will win the quad. That's what
Go
Jack
on,
is
tell
saying.
him, Jack, man.
Tell him that, Jack.
Tell him.
I don't know. Incape played Gabriel's place against Brighton. We were battered in the first half. I checked. That's what I said. By the way, he was good going forward on the ball. Defensively, Brighton tore Arsenal apart in the first half.
Yeah, but there are other solutions. Why are you assuming it's in Champions?
Taban.
He could play Saliba left centre back, Mosquera right centre back. He could play Calafiori left centre back, Lewis Skelly left back. There's many options.
Wallahi, 100% I agree with you. And I'm not going to give Arsenal excuses. My point is, Arsenal have a lot of injuries out, right? People are not giving them any sympathy, bro, in the media. Like, oh my God, it doesn't matter. Like Isak, bro, until this moment, people say he's not match fit. He didn't have a preseason. It's 18th of November. 18th of November. And I'm still hearing people telling me Isak is not fit because of preseason. It's almost Christmas.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
ridiculous. It is.
It's Christmas
Man's
time.
tired, man. Relax, man. Man's tired, man.
So I remember Pepe was already finished as a player by November. Like, I think he played
Bro.
nearly every game.
Isak still not match fit to play 90 minutes, even though the
No one
front
gave
to
me
Mundab-
sympathy when Isak was injured. We could have played.
We
him.
did. We did.
People giving Liverpool sympathy. Scott. Stop it.
We did.
Stop.
Yeah, but nobody's giving you sympathy for losing 5 games in a row. Like, we're not giving you
Very good.
sympathy.
That's different.
No, but that's
different.
losing. Yeah, Habibi, I swear to God. I'm gonna tell you something. Kamana, Wallah al-Azim, I'm gonna tell you.
That's different. Like
If
we talk about
Saliba's out, Gabriel out, Saka out, Rice out, Zubamendi out, and Arsenal lose 5 games in a row, Arsenal fans will be Arteta out.
No.
What?
No, they won't. No,
I
they
don't
We
think you
will lose
understand.
five
Oh, I
games.
think they're already teetering on Arteta out. What do you mean,
Bro,
man?
I don't think you understand losing 5 games in a row.
Yeah.
As a big club, regardless of the
Regardless
injuries you
of who
have,
you
it's
are.
fucking crazy, bro.
I don't even think that Arteta's job is that solidified anyways amongst the Arsenal supporters. So, like, it only take a wobble before they're like, oh no, Arteta out for sure. Like, it's not as rock solid. They haven't won anything. So yeah, 5 games could be the nail in the coffin for sure.
And,
man.
and I promise you, there will not be contest. There will not be. If the referees give calls against them every game and they have every player injured, nobody's giving a big club, bro. 5 losses in a row for a big club.
But you know
Anyway.
why we don't lose 5 losses in a row? Because of the structure of the manager, you know?
There you go.
He just won't
Yes,
lose, will he?
correct.
There you go.
Very frustrating for everyone.
Can I ask Couch just one on just where do you stand on the Estevao thing, Couch? Before we move on,
Stand on what Estevao thing? What is the thing?
like the level of Estevao thing. I just wanted, but I don't want to get this into an argument. Where do you stand on the Estevao thing? Like
Better
the
than
level, better than
You're not giving me anything to go on here. The Estevao thing, the level, like in relationship to what? Like, is he a good young player? Yeah, he's a very good young player.
To the wingers in the league, the Yamal comparison, the Neymar comparison, better than Saka, better than Olise. He's reaching Hazard level, generational talent. Seriously.
Okay.
I know you're a very objective person, so I want to hear.
I'm going to say this, okay? As far as generational talent goes, I don't think there is a generational talent, all right? You're a wonder kid. You become generational when you perform at a level for a number of years. That's a generational.
Or wait, hold on. The only
I don't want to,
time
guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this
Real quick,
because there's bigger news for Chelsea because Palmer is back training.
Okay.
He's
Real
ready.
quick, real quick, I think the only time you can say generational early, Couch, is the only time you could really say it, in my opinion, is someone like when you just look at them like a LeBron and you're just like, all right, bet, like he's like, you know, like a Wemby. There's certain, I'm using big athletes.
I guess you
And
could.
when you know for sure. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think there are some outliers.
No, I don't give away generational, like, because they're still world class. Like, generational for me is like multiple years at the top of their game. Like, you'll never see a player like this again.
Generational player versus generational talent. In my
I don't believe in generational talent though. Like, what does it mean? You have the talent to be generational. Like, you're just a wonder kid at this point. You're a guy that, yes, if all things hit, you're going to be a sensational player. So it's the terminology that I'm not really sure with. Here, the other thing is, like, as far as like compare it, like, it's the same thing with guys. I'm a slow burner, man. I'm not a guy that like looks at somebody for 4 or 5 games and then comes to this conclusion about what they are going to be like as a player. I take a long time before I make any conclusions about anything. You already know this about me because we already said, look, we're talking about the champions elect, and I didn't say anything about Liverpool even after the Isak thing. I was like, yo, we'll see what happens. Martin was there, 1 ball, right? Okay. So
only 1 ball.
it's only 1 ball, right? So,
oh my god, that was crazy. That was
right?
one of the best things I've done in my life.
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, I think when you look at Estevao, there's no denying his talent. There's a lot that he needs to learn still in terms of how you play the game. Like, he still has to mature physically. All of these things still have to come before I can say that this guy is top of the game, balling out. Do I think he should be getting a few more starts here and there? Yeah, absolutely. I think he's warranted that. But at the same time, I think on that right flank, when you're talking about where Neto is, and everyone's talking about GNA and all this stuff, Neto, for me, provides so much balance in the side. Like, he's not a guy that's always just offensively driven. He's a guy that gives you balance defensively. He liberates the likes of Gusto to get forward because he's responsible for what he does in transition and whatnot. So, yeah, there's a lot that he needs to learn. And the fact that he has Neto in front of him right now is a good thing because he's showing him right now, this is the level. This is the level you have to be at on both ways of the pitch in order to get on. You have to show that not only are you good offensively, but you are switched on in transition and defensively. That's what Maresca wants, balance, right? So, yes, he is a great talent. He's going to be an exceptional player if he continues on his trajectory right now. His head is screwed on straight. But as of right now, when we're talking about like the names like Yamal and all,
is he Foden level? Can he reach Foden level, for example?
Yeah, absolutely he can. Absolutely. I think he can go beyond that, to be honest. I think he can go beyond Foden. But
Hazard level, stuff like this.
I mean, Hazard to me is different, but he doesn't have to reach Hazard. He doesn't have to reach Hazard to be an exceptional player in this league. Like Hazard to me is, different gravy, but we'll see.
Couch Critic in the description, like and subscribe. Go to his channel, like and subscribe. He does Chelsea content, by the way. So if you like him,
I'll say this on
if you like him, go and support him. As you say,
right now, I'm gonna say this right now. He's the only Chelsea fan that I've not crashed out on when I'm on stream with. That I'm like, fair enough. He makes sense. He speaks sense. I listen. I hate Chelsea fans. I said it a million times over. People say I'm a hater. Whatever. That's cool.
It's crazy.
They've given me reason to hate. He's the only fan outside of Jem who I don't go on his channel or anything. Jem also I really enjoy, and I think he's a great content creator and he's a level-headed dude. But the rest, off their fucking
Gem.
minds. Gem. Everybody else off their minds, but this dude,
Go with the
I will
planet.
say,
No, bro.
follow his
There's
channel.
all of them. They're
Follow his
different.
channel, because
They're
like he
different.
speaks sense. He
I
speaks
thought
sense.
There's
Yeah.
people that say Osam speaks sense, and there's people that say that Osam is crazy. These people just disagree on people's opinions.
But this I've not heard Couch say things to me where like even that conversation there, I've not heard. I was waiting. I'm like, is he gonna say something? Nope, he didn't. He didn't take any bait. He just a level-headed response about a
No
player's
bait.
history.
How
No
to
bait.
try.
There was nothing crazy there.
Just a bit. Palmer is back for Chelsea, guys. He's back. He's targeting the Barcelona game. Where do we think like now like Chelsea can go and challenge for the league? By the way, there is people that say that Chelsea will beat Arsenal without Gabriel. And by the way, Eucharist might not be fit.
Here we go.
No, but seriously, why not?
Those are two different things.
Okay, so hold on. Why not? Why not?
You said so much.
Why
stuff.
not?
Chelsea might beat Arsenal
Hold
for
on.
real.
I want to understand.
It's on the Stamford
Why
Bridge.
not? Why would I? Every time I fucking say this, most of the Chelsea fans shy away from this statement.
What? It's not shying away, man. Like
Chelsea,
not even like
Chelsea
3
as
weeks
a
ago.
team
Not even 3
should
weeks
win.
ago. You're saying that Chelsea's out of the title race. What are we talking about here? And now
That's why I asked the question. I
Okay.
didn't make a statement.
But
Okay.
Mo,
The statement here is very simple. Chelsea should beat Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. That's the
Should we?
statement.
should
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, okay, I don't agree with that.
I think that Chelsea should beat Arsenal
I
at
think they
Stamford Bridge.
can. Should is crazy. Like should is basically you saying
Big teams
should
at
be,
home.
no, you saying should beat the
Oh my
best
God.
team in the league when they've shown no evidence of being that good. Like should, the word should. I will say Chelsea
They
can
beat
beat.
Liverpool.
We're in an injury crisis. They
Again,
should walk the league.
Liverpool, when they played, just like when we played Liverpool were not. I mean, Liverpool hasn't been at it, so I don't.
So I shouldn't expect Chelsea to win.
No,
Chelsea.
bro.
By the way,
Bro.
I'm going to tell you something, Cam.
can
Just let me say, if Chelsea fans are expected
What
to
is
beat
with these-
Barcelona at home, so Chelsea fans are expected to beat Barcelona at home. Their main catalyst is back, Cole Palmer. Arsenal won't have Gabriel, who we just spoke about for an hour, and I'm not supposed to say that. And by the way, when people ask me, what are you expecting from Arsenal? I said 4 points from the next 3 games, and Arsenal shouldn't crash out. If Arsenal win against Spurs, draw Bayern, they're still top 8, lose to Chelsea, there shouldn't be a massive backlash because I am, right? My prediction, by the way, is a draw, right? My prediction is a draw. But if I'm a Chelsea fan, I would demand my team to win this game.
Yeah, I
Demand
want them to win.
my
I
team to win the
absolutely
game.
want them to win. But
And I,
I
would
mean,
expect my team to win this game against Arsenal. Against
So you're
any
saying-
team.
but you're saying like Cole Palmer's back now, right? So like that should
Yes,
be.
that's what it says,
I
right?
mean, he hasn't even really kicked ball in how many months. So I don't know how many minutes he's going to actually get on the
should-
pitch.
Too much. I think should is putting way too much pressure on a team that hasn't given any indication that they're at that level yet.
I think what maybe I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're saying is like Chelsea are in a better position to take the points, right? 3 points now than they have even like 3 weeks ago, right? Is that what you mean more so?
But yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys one thing as well. There's only 2 teams, right? There's 3 teams in the league that I would actually sit here and say, yeah, these are the teams, and I should be predicting to be Arsenal if they play Arsenal at their home.
Mm.
Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, done. And if Liverpool where they are now,
Mm.
right? I'm expecting City and Chelsea to be Arsenal at their home ground. You know, if
Mm.
Arsenal go and get a point at Stamford Bridge, I will praise Arsenal.
It's a
I
big
will
point.
release a video praising Arsenal to get a point at Stamford
It
Bridge.
used to be.
It's a big
I mean,
point.
I will agree, but if I will say if Arsenal were fully healthy, I would have complete different chats on this conversation and say I don't care if they're going away to Stamford Bridge, they better win that game. But because Arsenal have all these injuries, you now have to factor in that if I'm Arteta, I am going into that game saying a point is good enough. I am like that's a complete because now you're in survival mode, which is completely okay.
Well, I've been hearing from Chelsea fans that they're on level with Arsenal or they're better than Arsenal all over the park, including managerial positions. So why aren't you winning at home?
Who's making those bold predictions? Like who are you
Pretty much
talking
half
to?
of the people in this chat.
Because,
that have
like,
been
I feel
around,
like-
every time I mention Chelsea.
I feel like
Dennis feels like he's answering for people's crimes.
I'm not talking about
on
you,
the
Cal. I'm
stream,
not talking about you.
okay, because I'm like, yeah, like we can't be making these sweeping statements from people that anyway, like All
When I
I'm
come
saying
on these
is,
streams, there's about 20 Chelsea fans, to be fair, that are very much up in my business, telling me that we're shit and Chelsea are better and bigger team and best in London and blah blah blah.
but we
Like,
are.
it's just a
But,
constant thing, right? It's,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so I want to hear that. I want to hear that bass.
Okay,
I want to
so
hear that you're coming to the
whether it's this with Cole Palmer back or whether it was 3 weeks ago when we had Cole Palmer out, I still think Chelsea have a strong chance of winning this game against Arsenal at home. You know, like it's not like the games that we've lost or drawn in the past have been separated by a massive, like a gulf of talent. It's not.
Right.
It's not that. Like, as a matter of fact, if it wasn't for individual errors, we probably would have taken 3 points a long time ago. It's just now that it's been piling up because we've gone so long without having a win. A long time, more than I even care to.
Well, Arsenal
comment on.
never won at Old Trafford, and they won this time.
Yeah, but again, like two things are, it's not the same thing, right? Like, it's a completely different thing altogether, right? I'm not saying that we can't win. I'm just saying that, whether or not Cole Palmer is back or Cole Palmer is not back, it doesn't change for me. I think that Chelsea have enough quality to win. They do have enough quality to win.
So they should be winning.
Should be winning, sure. What do we mean by should be winning? Okay, so should you be winning? Like, what do you mean?
We should be winning too because we're
Okay,
trying to win the league.
So what's the difference then? Like, what are we talking about here?
No, you
Because I
shouldn't
wanna
be
hear
winning.
Chelsea fans
No,
go
you
like,
shouldn't be
"Okay, we
winning.
should be winning."
No.
Okay.
You shouldn't be winning. Winning for Arsenal is overachieving in this game.
You think so, eh? The top of the league,
yeah.
the champions.
I'm going to tell you why. If you're giving me percentages now, I'm going to say, I'm going to give you this. 50% a draw, 30% Chelsea win, 20% Arsenal. So if Arsenal win this game, they overachieve. But that is Judge most prediction, right? Judge most prediction. That is nothing to do with anything else. The reason why, because I think the way Chelsea play at home now, against the big teams like this, I think with Arsenal not having Gabriel, I'm expecting Chelsea to win the game. Simple.
So there's the game to me. So go ahead, Cam. Go ahead.
No, because I think it's kind of bullshit saying like
Bullshit. How is that
I
bullshit?
gotta be honest. I think it's to say that they so I'm trying to be balanced here because I can't say in one mind that I don't know how they're gonna look in defense, but based on what I've seen and how they've weathered the storm, to say that it's overachieving is also, I think we're going too far on both sides. I think this is a game where we can actually, shout out to the fucking Stone Hokage, sit on the fence and say, either team, like whatever result that happens, you're not really surprised at. This will be one of those games where if Chelsea loses, I'm not surprised because Arsenal is the better team on the season. Palmer, we don't know what he's going to look like coming back, if he's right back, if he even plays. If Arsenal win, cool. At the end of the day, I'm not surprised if they lose because this Nkapi dude ends up looking not great and Chelsea tear apart the defense because it's all in shambles. I'm also not surprised. This is a really bad time for Arsenal to be going to Chelsea. It's a good time for Chelsea to play them, but it's not a good time for Arsenal because they got a lot of shit to deal with. So we don't know what they're going to look like. So no result to me is surprising. If Chelsea batters Arsenal, I'm like, fuck, all right.
Now that is different.
That's different.
That is different. If Arsenal rock up and have a shit game,
I'm getting there because also Arsenal's going away to Chelsea. If this was Arsenal at home, it changes the narrative again. So Arsenal, with all these caveats that they're dealing with, let's keep it a buck. All the injuries, the Gabriel being out, they're not going to have their full squad. Now they're going away to Stamford Bridge. I don't know what your record's like there. I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I don't keep track of that. That's not an.
We haven't lost since 2018 or something like that.
You haven't
at Stamford Bridge. It's been like 5 years.
Chelsea haven't won. You know what, Cam?
Okay.
I'm going to just tell you something. All the people, the problem with all the people, the rivals, the Man City, the Liverpool fans that are so rattled in the chat because I'm saying what I'm saying. If you hear me say otherwise,
18.
For your team City, when they go to Stamford Bridge, you can call me a hypocrite, right?
Years.
Because, by the way, you know what? When Arsenal went to Anfield, I am on this channel, on this show with people, I said that Liverpool should win the game.
So back to my final point then is like, I didn't realize it was that big. They haven't won there. But anyway,
18-19.
At the same time, if Chelsea do rock up and take advantage of a wounded team, they get a little bounce from Palmer coming back. Like, are we surprised? Like, you're not. You're kind of like, fair play. That's why I do believe either manager would be happy with a point in this game. I think Chelsea have to smell blood and want to win, and they should be going for it more than anybody. But I think saying that Arsenal overachieved is a denigration to both teams, because then you're also kind of not denigration to. I'm sorry, you're putting Chelsea in an echelon that I don't think they belong in yet.
Okay, so let's have the discussion. Okay,
that
that's where I was going to go. That's where I was going to you, Mo. That's where I was going to you. So if Chelsea win this game, are they in the title race?
I don't think still.
Oh, really?
I do.
Hold on. Let me answer. I think I said that last season. I want Chelsea to be in the title race. I'm expecting you to be. I'm expecting you, but I'm predicting you not to be in the title race. My point about this: even if you win this game, I still think that comes March, April into the season, I'm expecting you to not have a shout of winning the title. My definition of a title race comes March, April, you have a shout. Mm-hmm. Even Liverpool, by the way, when they came third and finished 7 points behind the league leaders, or 9 points behind City. By the way, in March, Liverpool were still like 4, 5 points. If City dropped, but City and Arsenal didn't drop any points, and Liverpool dropped more points. They drew to Luton and all the stuff, but they had a shout. I am not expecting you to have a shout. You might be close to the top, which is what I want from Chelsea. I want Chelsea, my predictions or my expectations is for you to be within a single digit comes the end of the season from the league leaders, whoever wins the league, right? But I'm not predicting you to have a shout of winning the title, and I'm not putting that pressure at all at Chelsea. You should not be winning the title. There is zero pressure on Chelsea to win the title. Zero.
Agreed.
Pressure on Chelsea to win the title. Zero. Agreed. And by the way, I maintain that during the whole summer. I'm expecting you to improve, to challenge, but zero pressure on you to actually win the title.
Why is there zero pressure? I still understand. It shouldn't be
there
zero.
There is zero pressure because Arsenal, City, and Liverpool on paper are better than them. Chelsea, number one, Chelsea haven't yet reached the level where I can say there is a pressure on you to win the title. I'm demanding Chelsea to win the Premier League.
I think the difference is
World Cup champions.
Just quickly, Martin. I think the difference is that Chelsea people see what Chelsea have spent, and they say, "Oh, you must challenge now. You must challenge that," not knowing that what we bought wasn't intended to challenge within the next 1-2 years. We bought 18, 19, 20-year-olds. You know what I mean? So when you're talking about,
you get excuses to not
challenge. It's just the reality of the thing.
It's a choice, though.
It's just the reality. Like that's whether it was the right choices to make buying these 18, 19, 20-year-olds. No, probably not.
But you can excuse Chelsea.
But the bottom line is we have a U18 squad, a U21 squad trying to compete at the top level of the Premier League. Like, let's just be real. You know, so yeah, as much as we spent a lot of money, a lot of that was based on, you know, creating revenue as well. We're buying players so we can sell them at a profit because we don't have a stadium and all that stuff.
What year should you guys be expected to challenge?
I was just on Jem's stream actually just before this one, and I think within the next year and a half, Chelsea should be looking to contend. There's no doubt about it. Because all those players that we bought at 21, 22 are now entering their prime years. You know, they've had the experience of going through, you know, winning cups here and there. They've gone through, you know, challenging for, you know, at least challenging at this point, you know, being in the top 4 race, all of that. So the next step now, once they reach that level of maturity, is to challenge for the title. No doubt about it.
So I'm going to leave on this because I got a dip. You can't keep doing this.
Keep doing what?
It keeps restarting every time they decide to buy younger players instead of every time it moves. Every time, bro. It's like every time.
When is it moved?
You're like, I've just seen them buy a 16-year-old center back or something, and they're like, "Oh my god, we just got Papa." It's like, I'm just saying, in a year,
you missed the whole point of what I just said.
I'm just saying, if I see next year y'all buy some guy, or you say, "Oh, we need Quenda to get there," I'm just going to be upset even more. So
Quenda to get where? What do you mean?
I'm just saying, like, if you keep
you're not making any sense, man.
These younger players have to get to a place. It's like, at what point is it on you to just not be relying on younger players? Because like that's what you're doing.
When they're not young anymore. What do you mean?
Quenda will be next year.
But that's so subjective, and life isn't fair like that, Couch. You know that, like,
I'm saying that the core of this team is now reaching their prime, right? That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The core of this team is now reaching their prime. So the excuses of having like, oh, well, they're young and oh man, they're this, that, and that's going to be out of the window within a year and a half.
So don't you think that it'd be realistic to expect that Chelsea should be winning at home at Stamford Bridge against Arsenal, who aren't in their best situation, right? Like, are you guys going to celebrate a draw if you get a draw against
absolutely not. I don't think that this has changed even from 3 weeks ago. I want Chelsea to win that game. 3 weeks ago, even without Cole Palmer, it's the same thing for me. This is a massive game. We have to end this idea that like Arsenal have this hoodoo over us at Stamford Bridge. That wouldn't have changed whether we have Cole Palmer or not, or whether or not you have Gabriel in or not.
Right.
Either way, Chelsea have to win this game for me.
Well, I would expect that coming up against any London team, Chelsea would be like, we're at home, we're winning this game, it's our 3 points, right?
I mean, you're trying to press me, but I just said exactly that.
No, you said you want, and
irrespective of what happened with Hincape or Gabriel or this, that, and the other, Cole Palmer, all of this stuff, Lavia, I want Chelsea to win this game, all right? Like, we have to end this hoodoo over Arsenal, all right? We have to end that. So nothing has changed from my belief before till now. This is a game we have to win.
Okay, but you understand the difference between want and should.
Sorry?
You understand
this is a game we have to win. Okay, this is a game we have to win.
Here we go.
Still,
does that sound good to you? Does that sound good to you now?
No, I just want you to accept that there's an expectation for Chelsea that maybe is higher than wanting to win. It's like we should be winning this game. Like we're a big bad Chelsea. We should win. Expectation on shoulders. Not I want to win.
What is the difference between me saying we should win this game, or me saying that we have to win this game?
Because you said want first, right? So that was what I was.
Okay, I said we have to win this game, and nothing has changed.
I'm happy with
3 weeks before or 3 weeks
enough.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
Okay.
This English lesson is fantastic between should
I'm a master of
and have
expectations.
and must.
It's been spelled out to me for the 5 years.
Estevao is sensational. Big up. Fair enough, my friend. Stop reading so much into Brighton game. There were 10 changes, a bunch of kids, and it wasn't on any individual like Hincape. I also trust Mosquera has been flawless in all games, brilliant at Anfield. Fair enough. We'll see how it goes. My friend, you have full trust in your team. Oh my God, this Chelsea fan is bowling. Yeah, he's great. It's great. I've said this earlier as well, but it's 18th November and it has been almost 4 months since Isak has joined Liverpool and he isn't fit to play. Well, my sister gave birth just 3 months back and she got fit more earlier than him. Fair enough.
Jeez.
They have not played a team like Arsenal now, Mo. They haven't, Chelsea, but this is the real test at Stamford Bridge. You must win.
I guess Liverpool weren't that team then. Huh? They weren't that team?
You just said that Liverpool was shit.
When did I say Liverpool were shit? I said I didn't believe that they were title contenders just based on the window.
Okay.
All right. And it's proven at this point in time, it's proven to be
you're
correct.
You're the only one on earth. But bigger people that are here.
Give me my credit.
Guys, yeah. You're the only one that said that Liverpool will not be title contenders this season.
I didn't say they wouldn't be title contenders. I didn't think it was like a foregone conclusion, is what I said. Chemistry, all this stuff has to come into it.
Yeah. Guys, can we get to 300 likes before we end? And also check out OK Jersey. I'm doing a giveaway soon, so go and check them out, right? And find the shirt you want. Free shipping to most places around in the world. Use the code JUDGE to get 8% off your order in the checkout. Use the code JUDGE. They're very good ones, vintage ones, like the one I just got. This actually, it's actually fantastic. It's 2002, 2003. They're absolutely fantastic ones. So go and check them out. Couch link in the description. Don Osam, since we're talking about Isak, it's Isak watch along for Sweden versus, but Sesko's not playing for Sweden. So Osam, Eucharist is not there, so it's all on Isak to win a game where Sweden have 1 point out of all the games they played. So stay here, don't go anywhere. This will take you there. Hit that like button. I will see you guys later today on MHF with Osam after his watch along. We're out of here.